Hi there, this is Tom Trainer with rightmixmarketing.com, and today I'm here to talk to you about, is your website optimized for mobile visitors? So let's get started. So the mobile trend is undeniable. What I did was I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of my clients lately about their sites and about their mobile options. So I wanted to do some research, and rather than looking at big data and tons of data points out there or surveys, I decided to look at little data. I looked at actual companies' analytics to see the mobile trend. And so what I did was, for this one, I took one of the larger sites that I work with. It's a global site. It's been around since I think 2008, and it has had a significant amount of traffic that whole time. So I thought this would be a good way to see how the mobile trends are impacting this one site. And as you can see, from November 2009 until until March of 2013, the mobile traffic to this site has increased from 2% to 29%, with the corollary being the non-mobile visits are dropping while the mobile visits are growing. So this, if you checked the analytics of any other large site that has been around this long, I'm sure you will see a very similar trend. So another thing I checked was using Google Trends. I wanted to see when headlines popped up about mobile websites as well as responsive websites, and you see around the beginning of 2011 a huge jump up in mobile website mentions, and then in 2013, late 2012, you can see responsive websites start to become a big topic. And what's not in here is the fact that in Asia and other places, mobile websites are talked about quite a bit, but in the US and England, responsive websites are where the primary discussion is happening. So responsive websites are a big topic in Western countries. So looking at a broad swath of websites and their current mobile traffic, I sampled over 20 different websites in a variety of industries, and the top one there is actually restaurants, and for some reason it didn't come out in this video, but that is 39%, and that's a combination of two different restaurants. We're showing about 39% mobile visitors. That's huge. A stone and tile retailer, 25%. Wineries, a couple of them combined together, 23%. And as you can see on the list, what was interesting was the more informational websites that were focused less on a geography but more national or international had less mobile traffic, while the mobile companies or sites that were optimized for local keywords showed more local traffic. So what that tells me is that people are on the road, or looking for things, and they're accessing these websites via their mobile devices, while as for a more informational site, perhaps they're accessing those at work or at night at home via their computer. And by the way, mobile in this presentation includes cell phones and tablets. So what are your mobile options? The first one is to do nothing. So this is actually rightmixmarketing.com, not optimized. This is before I switched to responsive design. So it just looks like a miniature version of your website, and that means it's a little bit hard to navigate, it's hard to read, it's not really well formatted, the menus are hard to click on because they're so small, etc. This is the same site, the same page in the format of a responsive design. So the theme that I use for WordPress, I implemented the responsive newer version of it, and this is what it looks like. Much easier to navigate, much easier to read. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was before. And you can go to rightmixmarketing.com right now to see what a responsive WordPress theme does for a site. Another option is a mobile site, and this is a separate website that when your website recognizes that a mobile device is trying to access it, it will change or give the user the option to change to a mobile specific website, which is formatted specifically for mobile phones and may have limited functionality compared to the full website, but can provide access to the easier or the more important features that are on your website, such as maps, information, and the high-level menus here. And then you can still drill down into this. The fourth choice is a mobile app, and a mobile app is a great application for if your business has an application like Amazon.com where people want to access it regularly and purchase over time, they would want to have an app. But if you're a restaurant that they come to once or twice a year, they probably don't need an app for that. They don't need to install something special and carry that around with them just for those 2 visits. It's great for something like the National Mall and Memorial Parks because perhaps someone's going to Washington, D.C. and they're going to spend a week there and they want to have all this information and rich detail about all of the sites. So then they can have that app for that week and then they can delete it when they leave. So what are your mobile next steps? So number 1, check your own website analytics to understand what percentage of people on cell phones or smartphones and tablets are visiting your site. Second is understand the metrics. How does it differ for people that are accessing via a PC, a notebook or a desktop, as far as things like time on your website, how many pages per visit, what their bounce rate is, and if possible, is there a difference in conversion rate for mobile versus non-mobile visitors? Then actually do an experiment. Check your own site's appearance and functionality on your phone or tablet. Then talk with a mobile expert about the mobile options for your site. And at the end of the day, what you want to focus on is delivering a great experience for your mobile visitors. So that's what the whole point of this is. Mobile visits are continuing to go up. You may already have a ton of mobile visitors, so you may want to look at how your site works on mobile, and you might want to do something about it if it's not well optimized for mobile visitors. Thanks, and to learn more, go to rightmixmarketing.com/mobile and talk to you soon.